Anyway, picture. You can talk about the bad video camera.
So you got your 4 daughters with you today?
That's right. Together.
Let's go change differently, okay? Okay? No, thank you. We can come back and look at me.
Just filming.
Yeah, you can take some for.
Jumbo Wilson, we are entering the reserve at Little and Surrey Forest. Over.
I'm Jumbo, Timber One. Keep your eyes open and drive carefully. You should see lots of animals.
Roger that, Wilson. You know what I've spotted already, folks? There's an okapi. That animal to the right of us that looks like it's about to walk away. That is an okapi. A lot of people believe it's a relative of the zebra because of its striped hindquarters. That's not the case. It's the only known relative of the giraffe. This tall black and white bird that's walking around to the left of us, that is a saddle-billed stork. Tallest species of stork in all of Africa. They could be about 5 feet tall and have roughly a 9-foot wingspan. We're gonna make our way a little bit. Oh, check out this watching hole. Wow, folks, there's a black rhinoceros coming up ahead of us. Gonna get a really good opportunity to see it, I believe. Black rhinoceroses can actually weigh around 3,500 pounds, run at speeds of up to 35 miles an hour, and they have a 1-inch thick hide. And that 1-inch thick hide makes them pretty much impenetrable to many animal attacks, but they are not, however, invincible. They've unfortunately fallen victim to poaching. And there's only about 4,200 of them left in all of Africa nowadays. Trying very hard to protect them, but even here on the reserve, poachers have occasionally busted on and caused a lot of damage to the animals. Well spotted, folks, in the back. There is a bongo coming up to the right of us. That copper-colored animal with the white stripes is called a bongo. It also has the nickname the Ghost of the Forest, and that's because, well, it's very difficult to see. I know you don't believe me right now, but they are very difficult to see most of the time. They just hide so well in the brush. Doesn't look like there's much more going on, so we're going to go ahead and go a little bit deeper into the forest and make our way over to the Sapi River. Now, the Sapi River is going to get very wet. Well, it is a river region after all. It also makes it very muddy, which in turn is going to make it very, very bouncy. So hold on tight, remain seated for me. We're going to be looking for hippopotamus while we're in the area. The Sapi River is famous for its hippopotamus population. Now, hippopotamus can hold their breath for about 5 to 8 minutes, so we are looking just below the surface of the water for these animals. I've not spotted any just yet, but keep those eyes open on just below the water. Looking for kind of a tan, purpley kind of lump. Maybe we'll have better look as we cross the river. And you know what? We will. There's a hippopotamus directly to the left of us. We might have even more luck. Yeah, I see some more coming up ahead of us as well as we pass this island. We'll talk about those white birds on the island first. Those are pink-backed pelicans. One of the only bird species we know of that hunts as a group. They can chase they will chase small fish to the shallow waters, and they'll all get a chance to feed. Now, these hippopotamus to the left of us, you get a good chance to see how large they are. They can weigh around 5,000 pounds. Now, to stay cool, because that is an awful lot of body mass to keep cool throughout the hot day here in Harambe, they will stay fully submerged throughout the day. They'll come out of the water at night to feed, and when they do feed, they can eat around 150 pounds of vegetation every single day. These birds are actually turkey buzzard. The blackbirds, they're native to Orlando, Florida. We have no idea how they made it out here to East Africa, though. I think they just got lost on their migration. We're going to cross this bridge, folks, and it's extremely important that you remain seated because to the left of us there are Nile crocodile. Those Nile crocodile are much larger than the American alligator. They can grow to be about 20 feet in length. They're very aggressive animals with very, very strong jaws. They can snap the bones of their prey in one single bite. So we're not going to stick around for very long.
Simba 1, come in.
This is Simba 1. Over.
Just wanted to let you know that my ground patrol has seen a lot of elephant activity near the red clay pit. You definitely want to check out that area.
Alright, now also we'll see what we can do about finding those clay pits. Before we do that, we're going to check out the savannah. Take a look at this tree to the right of us. That's called a baobab tree, also known as the upside down tree. They can grow to, they get that name, the upside down tree, because for about 9 months of the year, they can live without any leaves on those branches, making those branches look a lot like roots in the sky, give the tree the appearance that it's actually grown upside down. We have just entered the savannah. It's one of my favorite places in all of Africa, probably in the entire world, to be honest. It's absolutely beautiful out here. It goes on for hundreds and hundreds of miles. Now, everything you've seen in the forest and everything you're going to see out here on the savannah, all part of the wild Africa that we're trying so desperately hard to preserve here in Harambe. First animals, actually I see a Patterson's eland is in the bushes. It's not going to be a great view. Those grey animals out to the right of us though, those are white-bearded wildebeest. Annually 1.5 million of them will migrate through the savannah, making them the largest migratory species on Earth. Now there's literally thousands of animals that live out here on the savannah, so keep your eyes open. I only have one set of eyes myself, so I'm not going to be able to see everything all the time. Let me know if you do spot something. I'll let you know what it is you found and give you a little bit of information about it. Same goes for actually questions. If you guys have questions about anything that I'm saying or anything that you are seeing, go ahead and ask. I'll try my best to answer those questions for you, and if I just don't know the answer, then I'll probably ignore you. Sound fair? Or I can make something up. It's entirely up to you. You let me know. The entire look of the ecosystem out here, by the way, is completely created and maintained by the animals that live out here. The large animals, like African elephants, knock down dead trees, creating space for new trees to grow in. Tall animals, like giraffe, will actually eat the leaves off the branches, allowing light to shine through. And light is, of course, essential for vegetation growth. Grazing animals, kind of like those white-bearded wildebeest we've just seen, act as the lawnmowers of the savannah. They'll keep all the grasses low cut, nice and trim. Even smaller animals, like the animals we're about to come up to, act as weed whackers, plucking out all of the weeds, making sure the entire savannah is nice, neat, and trim. So in a well-balanced ecosystem like the one we're in, there's no need for any animals to go hungry. These are small animals to the left of us. Those are the Thompson gazelle I just mentioned. Those are fully grown Thompson gazelle. We just call them Tommies for short though. A fully grown Tommy can only weigh about 60 pounds at its heaviest. But they're pretty quick animals, they're very agile as well. They can run at speeds of up to 55 miles an hour, and they can change directions on a dime, which is how they generally survive when predators are on the prowl. They'll actually, well, dance around the savannah, get away from predators. Most fast animals can only run in a straight line. You see those dirt structures? Actually, there's some impala just behind them. That dirt structure is a termite mound. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a few moments. Because those two tan animals are way off to the right of us. They look a little bit like white-tailed deer. They're in fact impala, a species of antelope that can jump roughly 30 feet in a single jump, and that's just about as long as our truck. Anyway, those termite mounds are made from termite saliva and dirt, and they'll bake in the sun, becoming so hard that a fully grown elephant can actually use them as a scratching post. That large brown animal we've spotted to the right of us with those long white horns, that was an Ankole cattle, excuse me, more commonly known as the Watusi. Gets that name Watusi because the Watusi people of South Africa were in fact the first people to domesticate them. Although wild ones can still be found, like the wild ones out here on this reserve. Down to the left of us, if you look past these trees, you may see a reticulated giraffe. Reticulated giraffe, get that name reticulated from the Latin term reticulata, which means netting. It does look as though a white net has been draped over their brown bodies. Oh, check out the animal to the right of us that we've just passed. That is a water bug. It's actually a little bit behind us now. Sorry I didn't get a chance to see it sooner.
This is Wilson. What is your location? Over.
We are approaching Monkey Point. Over.
Keep your eyes open for me. We picked up a baby elephant that was wandering off on its own. We can't find the mother. I'm afraid sponges may be in the reserve.
Wilson, I really hope you're wrong. That is not good news at all, but I'll keep my eyes open and let you know if I spot anything. And if you folks can do the same, let me know if you guys spot anything. That'd be very helpful. Check it out, those monkeys to the left of us, kind of a couple of on the rocks, and I saw a couple in the trees here as well.
Oh yeah.
Kind of difficult spot. Those are mandrill, the largest monkey species in Africa. They can weigh around 100 pounds each, but it doesn't look like there's much more going on, so I'm going to flip my radio on, see if there's any music to listen to in the area. I don't really want to listen to talk radio right now, let's find a different station. Oh, actually, wait. There we go. This is a really good song. Has anyone heard it before? No. Surprised. It's been the #1 song in Harambe for about 10 years. In fact, it's pretty much the only song that's ever played on the radio, to be honest. Alright, the road to Elephant Country's closed. Not a good sign. We'll just follow this path. The road is actually completely gone. All the rain we've had recently, I guess, has swept it on out here. We'll just follow the road and see where it takes us. Now we are making our way out to Elephant Country to see if we can find any African elephants. If we do find them... What the heck? My radio just turned off. Alright, I'm trying to get this radio station working again. These stupid radios on these trucks are really, really old. You know, really... Whoa, no. Don't move a muscle. Alright, everyone in the front is safe. And you guys in the back is safe. Hey, is everyone okay?
Yeah, dog's fine.
I'm really sorry about that, folks. Didn't really expect that, and my radio got me a little distracted. I promise I won't touch the radio again. Try and avoid bridges if we can. Hey, Wilson was right though, with those clay pits, and check out the markings in the clay to the right of us. Those are all tusk marks. Made by African elephants. African elephants will actually dig around in that clay, break the clay off of the walls, and then eat it. It does contain vital minerals the animals cannot get in their regular leafy diet. Now, I'm not seeing any elephants yet, but those clay markings are a pretty good indicator that there are Oh, I do see one way up ahead of us.
Oh yeah.
Try and get as close as we can to them. Looks like we might get a pretty good chance to see some elephants. Now, recent research has found that African elephants can and do communicate with one another. You've probably heard the trumpeting noise mimicked in movies and cartoons. That's true, they do make that noise. And that's just a noise to let the other animals, or the other elephants know that it's scared of something. Really, they only make it when they're startled. The majority of their communication is actually through low-pitched rumbling noises, so low-pitched that we as humans can barely hear them. But nonetheless, it's good research. The more we know about the animal, the better we'll be able to protect them here on the reserve and out in the wild. The elephant to the left of us is a female. Females only weigh around 6,000 to 8,000 pounds. I say only because, well, the males can weigh around twice that, up to 12,000 pounds. You notice that? Hey, check these birds out to the left of us. They are flamingo. Flamingo are one of the, well, actually those are called greater flamingo. To be a little bit more specific, they are greater flamingo. Greater flamingo have the lighter shade pink feathering of all flamingo species. They're also the largest of all flamingo species. They get that coloring from their beta-carotene rich diet, which is a fancy way of saying that they eat a lot of shrimp. It takes about 2 years for them to fully develop that pink coloring. Does anyone know what color they are when they are born? Gray. And it's actually a dull shade of grey when they're born, and like I said, about 2 years for them to fully turn pink. It looks like there's been a lot of large animal activity out here to the left of us, although I'm not really sure what it is yet. I've got a pretty good idea, but I'm not going to tell you until I see a footprint or two. I really wouldn't want to get anyone's hopes up. Hey, ostrich eggs in front of us, coming up on your right actually. The cluster of eggs, those are ostrich eggs. They can weigh around 2 to maybe 3 pounds each, making them the largest egg of any bird species in Africa. Not really surprising, they do come from the largest birds in Africa. Oh, I was right, it's a white rhinoceros. Check out right in front of us, and to the left a little bit, there's a white rhinoceros under that tree there. Now, they can weigh around 5,000 pounds. They're actually Africa's greatest success story. Or at least in the animal kingdom. They're on the endangered species list. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in 1 second because I've spotted cheetah as well. Cheetah to the left of us, under those trees up there.
Under the trees.
Cheetah are the fastest animals on Earth, and they can run at speeds of up to 70 miles an hour. They also hunt during the day, which is kind of why I picked up the pace, because I really don't want to be around when those cheetahs get hungry. Like as I was saying, the white rhino, Africa's greatest success story, was on the endangered species list at one point, but thanks in part to the conservation efforts like ours and anti-poaching laws, their numbers are back up. They're no longer on that endangered species list. In fact, they're actually doing quite well on their own now. This group of rocks is called a copy, and it's a pretty good place to say, yeah, I've spotted a lion. If you look between the 2 tall rocks behind us, you may be able to see the bushy mane of a male lay down between the 2 tall rocks. We'll try and get a better view of some more lions in just a few seconds. I'm not sure if we will. Lions are actually considered inactive for about 18 to 20 hours each and every day. The rest of that time they're hunting, and they actually only hunt at night. See these 2 animals to the right of us? Those are gazelle. They're actually called buntybok. They're a species of gazelle, and unfortunately they are extinct in the wild. They can only be found on protected reserves like ours now. And that's because once they get a little bit older, that fur actually turns to a deep shade of purple, and they are hunted for that purple fur. Don't really see any lions. We're going to move on out. Spotted a warthog in front of us.
Oh yeah, look.
Yeah, there's a warthog just to the left of us. You notice those sharp tusks on its face. It uses those tusks for digging burrows like the ones you could possibly see all the way around it. They also use them for self-defense. They're not particularly violent animals.
Oh,
yeah, it is. Well, you're well spotted. There's more ostrich eggs here to the right of us. And coming up in front of us and coming up on your right, ostrich. That's the tallest and fastest bird in Africa, not that one specific. Oh, there's 2, not these 2 specifically, but ostrich in general. They can be about 9 feet tall and have about 40 mile an hour sprint.
Remember, there are poachers in the area. Can you help us cut them off?
Yeah, of course we can, Wilson. Folks, do you want to go chase down some poachers? Yes, you do. Even though none of you said you do, I know you do. It doesn't really matter. We're going to go anyway. It's part of my job description. Looks like we're actually going to have to leave the reserve to chase them down. Not a big deal. That sign to the right of us says it's going to be unsafe, though. Alright, we're just going to ignore it and go for it. Wilson, what is going on and what do you need us to do? Over.
The poachers are heading east. Keep going as you drive them to my patrol. Over.
Roger that, Wilson. We'll try and catch up to them as quickly as we can by heading into geyser country. Probably what that sign was referring to. We're just going to go for it anyway. I've never really done geysers before. Oh, duck. Holy smokes, this is not a fun safari anymore, folks. I'm really sorry. Wilson, come in. We were just shot at, and I can see the poachers camping in front of us. It looks as though we're too late, though. They already have some ivory. You know what? The campfire is still going, but they're not here anymore. Probably means we missed them.
Oh, not to worry. You dropped them right into my patrol.
Oh, that's really good news, but do you have any more information than that? Over.
The poachers spread, but they won't get far. We located the mother elephant. Thanks to you, they are now full safe. After everywhere.
Kuna Matata, Wilson. Just glad that those elephants are safe.
I have to go now. We have to get this baby elephant back to its mother.
Alright, well, good luck with that, Wilson. And folks, thank you for your help chasing those poachers off the reserve. You guys didn't really do much, but hey, it's a thought that counts, right? Unfortunately, that little excursion has taken us way off of the Harambe wildlife. very soon. It means I'm going to have to cut about 13 days out of your 2-week tour. I'm really sorry about that. Did everyone have a good time on Kilimanjaro Safaris?
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. If you did have a good time, definitely suggest you come back in the future. No two safaris are ever the same after all. If you did not have a good time, well then I still definitely suggest you come back in the future because, well, no two safaris are ever the same and you may enjoy it a little bit more next time. Jambo, Danielle. Thank you.